congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations.
So you'll have an hour and a half. So my suggestion is talk. Chef Carl will be upstairs. Destiny will be upstairs. I'll be in and out. The judges really can't give you guidance, but Chef Carl certainly can. Destiny can. I can give you a little bit of guidance. Take your thing, try it a couple of times. Do some different things. You have the opportunity here with a lot of ingredients and stuff that are around to try some different things. And so you just want to be sure that you have it together and you put it out on time. But an hour and a half is really a lot of time probably to get this done. So take your time working on it and reworking it. And what Chef Carl's going to help you with is to help you understand what does it take for it to be a menu item in a fast food restaurant. You know, there's one, we can create things that we can put together and plate them like we would in Chef Scott's restaurant and over at his hotel, the Little America, but that's not the business we're in. We're in a quick service business. 60+% of our food goes out that drive-through window. So it's got to be fast, it's got to be great, so think of that as you're putting this menu. Again, welcome. Congratulations for making it this far. Good luck today. And don't hesitate to stop any of us and ask questions if you have any. You'll see different people. You guys will get a tour of Taco John's here, and you'll see the different parts of the building. You know, one of the things that happens, the people who do win come back here. And what we do is we spend time with the different departments, because it's not just that Chef Carl thinks up this great thing and it's in the restaurant and it's great. It has to go through a lot. You know, we have to create merchandising, messaging material. We got to let people know we have it. We got to tell them what's great about it. Why should they have it? How do we fit in their lifestyles with this menu item? Because it really is about fitting in people's lifestyles with stuff. We have to have training materials created. We have to have legal to make sure that we're not, over-promising and under-delivering. We're talking about something more than what we really deliver with the item. So there's a lot of different things to make a taco.
Yeah,
And then, just for the judges, if you guys can just speak a little bit loud, the microphone is right in the middle, so just to make sure that everyone can hear us.
Yeah.
What school are you guys? Saratoga.
I guess you can go with me. Do we sit
Right
down?
outside, it should be in order.
Oh, well, mine is.
Sorry.
Yeah, mine is. I think mine's just behind there somewhere.
Yeah, my Saratoga's just up
No, they were not in order.
Oh,
Here, can you,
I shuffled them.
yeah.
Yeah, so we just look
Thank
for
you.
You're gonna eat one in a minute.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just gonna stand till he tells us what to do.
You can sit down.
So, just tell us a little bit about what you guys created, what you guys made, and what you guys are presenting.
We made a steak and bake mac and cheese burrito. It has a few bones. So it has a roux with chili powder, garlic powder, and butter and flour. And the steak was already pre-cooked, but we added our own seasoning to it. And we fried it in bacon grease.
And bacon grease. Oh, healthy. Okay.
So whose idea was it to come up with a mac and cheese burrito?
Well, it was kind of both of us because we were really hungry the day we came out with it. Yeah. We just
Okay.
kind of wanted mac and cheese, so
Trial and error, or
Yeah.
just being creative?
bit of both.
Okay, very nice. Good concept.
And why using mac and cheese as one of the ingredients?
Well, I thought it was a little like kind of off center of what you guys wanted, but I kind of went because it was like the other like fast food restaurants and stuff had like a side of mac and cheese or just like something mac and cheese ish. and I just haven't had any at Taco John's, so I just thought that would be cool.
So when you were creating your burrito and you heard that it was a burrito,
Yeah.
what were your thoughts?
Kind of panicked.
We didn't know what to do. We didn't know what to do, so we're like,
Mhm.
well, we're gonna try it, wrap it in a burrito, and see how it
We
goes.
ended up liking it.
Oh my gosh, it's really good.
What's your so just like first couple bites. First bite I had was all mac and cheese. And that's cool. Like if you really like love mac and cheese.
Which I do.
So boom. So she's sold. What's your steak and mac and cheese ratio? Like how did you guys decide like this is how much mac and cheese we should get and this is how much steak we should get?
Well, we did 1 ounce, right? 1 ounce.
We did 1
Ounce
ounce
steak, 2 ounce mac and cheese, and then an eighth of bacon.
An eighth of bacon. Okay. Well it's definitely not poopy. So it's very good. It's very good. It's super good.
Did you want to segregate, because you did, like you said, you kind of segregated the mac and cheese from the steak. Was that on purpose?
Somewhat, well,
Yeah,
kind of,
I wanted to
but,
like layer it.
I like the layering.
I didn't want to like stir it in because I was like, we're just gonna layer it that way.
Because it's kind of like the steak is a surprise.
Yeah, that's what we were going for.
Okay. I think it has some nice textures and flavors to it. You know, the steak is nice and juicy. You have the creaminess of the mac and cheese and the nice crunch of the bacon. So good combination there.
I didn't
Yeah,
want
burrito.
the mac and cheese to be like too soupy because it's a burrito, so you can't really. It's not like a soup. I wanted it to just.
yeah, and like, I didn't want the bacon to be like too hard to where,
Like you break
it's like
it too.
burnt.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, that too.
Well,
Yeah.
good combination.
What about hot sauce?
I was thinking about that, but then I was kind of going towards children too, and a lot of kids don't like spicy foods.
Mm-hmm.
So we could add hot sauce, like little packets and whatnot on it, but we didn't want to add that in just because of the kids.
Just because the kids.
But we could add it because then you can just ask to take it off. So fine.
Yeah, I think so. Taco John's, from my experience growing up in Cheyenne, Wyoming, a lot of what they serve has the red sauce on it, just as a general just flavoring to it. And the red sauce generally is not spicy, from what I can recall as a child. But what I think it would do is it would just give it that little extra flavor that would give it that almost like spicy or that
You want it
fiesta.
spicy?
Yeah,
See, I
I love
disagree.
spicy.
Well, not
You're
so much
great, but I
spicy,
disagree.
but it just kind of finished that burrito feel and that taste to it.
But see, I feel like I like the fact that it doesn't have spice because I think it would be kid friendly, but adults also like it.
And then
you
if
can
you
add
wanted
on
to
and
add
off
on
if
it,
And you could add it in. So I'm all about the no spice. I'm the no spice team.
Yeah, and I think that's a good point, especially when you think
But
about
you can go,
kids.
like, either way, you could add it on, and then if you kids don't want to, just take it off.
I think
That's why just-
I think something, if you guys win this, something to look at is when you market towards a population, you want to know how many adults versus how many kids are really eating the meal that you're making, right? So is your meal geared toward kids or is it geared toward adults? And that's something you don't really find out right away. So what is the general population or what is the customer that comes to Taco John's? You know what I mean? That's an important thing to know because if your population is like 80% adults, right? And there's 20% that we're really seeing this kids meal being ordered by, then maybe that adult population would be really, swooned by the red sauce or something inside that they're used to at Taco John's. But I think the creativity in this is really cool that you've stepped outside of what I would really ever think would come up in Taco John's. And what you guys did was it's really good. It tastes really good. So good job for me. Yeah.
Following up him, what was your process to be able to come up with? Like, do you guys just work out like, okay, well, let's put it together, or what do you guys follow to make sure that you guys put together this as a Taco John's item?
Well, we were trying to figure out like what to put in it, and then once we figured that out, it kind of like all mushed together.
Yeah, we were like, well, it kind of needs this type of flavor or this type of flavor. So it was like went from little to, okay, we like this. So like this, if I'm understanding your question right, so like the steak, we didn't season it at all the first time go around, and it was.
And like the
Alright.
bacon kind of drowned it out.
So we had to balance those two out a lot. Did we?
Yeah,
Did we get
you
that
answered her
question
question,
right?
yeah. And
Okay.
just as a FYI, I mean, I thought that using the bacon fat to be able to fry the steak was actually pretty genius. So, good job on that one.
So I think if I can like give input in terms of presentation, if you were presenting this to, I mean, we're easygoing judges, but I obviously love it. I feel like I'm the biggest fan up here. I would say though that when you are presenting it, like own it. You made this. So like come out here and say like this is what I made and this is why it's fabulous. Like even though it might seem kind of egotistical, I would say that's the one thing. Just like own it.
I just thought you wanted it like presented like as if it was being delivered like out the window.
No, you did
No,
good.
absolutely.
Yeah,
You did great.
I'm not here with expectations that I'm coming into a Guy Fieri or or a Gordon Ramsay, presentation. I think no, you guys did good, and you've answered the questions so well. And that's something that a lot of people struggle with is just the ability to say, here's what I did and here's why I didn't. Here's the route we took because of X, Y, and Z. Right? That's not something a lot of people can do, and you guys did that really well. So good on you for just sitting up here and standing up for the product that you brought forward.
Right.
Yeah,
I
seriously.
think it fits the Taco Bell as far as presentation and putting it out there for the customer. So yeah, presentation was fine, at least for my behalf as far as fast food, I would say. So good job with that, ladies.
Good job,
Thank you.
guys.
Thank you.
And it was great for actually seeing it from an operation standpoint that you guys were able to still wrap the burrito, still wrap it on our wrap and just show it to us that way as well. So thank you.
Not sure if we say you're welcome or not.
Yeah, you guys did a really good job. Congratulations. Good job.
Good job, ladies.
I'm sorry, I have one more question for you guys. Were you on their team?
Yeah,
Okay.
These are all
I was
great.
just the alternate. In case
Okay, you're the alternate in case they got killed off at some point during the preseason. Gotcha, man. Cool. Thank you, man. Yeah.
Okay, so that makes more sense.
Yeah, that makes more sense. That clarifies a lot.
Kind of really had this stuff together.
Yeah, I do too.
We just giving each of you one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, man.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
So I'm Patrick. And what we have for you today is a breakfast steak and gravy burrito.
How we got the concept was gravy is a comfort food. People also really like gravy. Thought that went well with the breakfast and everything we did with it.
We didn't see another breakfast burrito or any burrito for that matter that had gravy in it, so we thought that'd be kind of something good to add to with the steak.
Yes, none of the other menu items had gravy with it. And we saw that the first Taco John's operate out of a camper.
So that was kind of cool,
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm.
That is
Kind of makes you think gravy and potatoes out camping and that kind of stuff. So
I
we thought that would be a good.
So, like, you
There
guys
you go
took
with
like
it.
a chicken fried steak concept, like a little country gravy.
Yeah. It's just
Nice.
just a plain white gravy. It's your typical white gravy that you have with biscuits and gravy or anything. Just no sausage or anything in
Yes.
there. We actually did try it at first. We tried it with chorizo
And it
to
was-
account for the sausage, but we just couldn't get it to work. It was too much
Okay.
at once. Yeah.
I really like how you both work together down there. Like you can tell you did your research, you came in here, you knew exactly what the burrito should be made up of. You did history on Taco John, so.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, man, I'm jumping for joy. This is a good one, man.
This is delicious.
This is my first bite. It was like the perfect combination of everything together.
Mm-hmm.
So good on you for doing that. I have to ask. You said comfort food.
Yeah.
Yes.
You said out of a camper it started. So what? I mean, most people wouldn't think of gravy in a burrito, right?
Yeah.
So did you guys try this before?
Actually, no. I just growing up and camping with my grandparents.
Okay.
My grandpa eats steak like it's like you can't get it anymore. It's ridiculous. But he always ate even during breakfast, and he would make potatoes and gravy and then a steak.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of something that I grew up with, and I loved it. I loved smothering my steak in gravy when I was a little kid. I was like, this has got to be good.
Oh, like
How-
grandpa's
There's
burrito.
no way that this can't be good.
The gravy isn't overpowering though. How did you do that?
I just try to keep it as simple as possible, just salt and
too much.
pepper, just to make it really simple, really kind of light gravy, and then just not too much whenever we put it in the burrito.
So is that like a milk-based gravy, or?
Yep,
is it
it's just
milk,
it's
flour,
just
butter, salt,
flour and milk with salt and pepper.
Nice. Okay, so good, like old school gravy.
Yep.
Pan gravy.
Yep.
Yes.
Nice. Okay.
So tell me a little bit about your process. So how do you guys go about, hey, we want to show this product. We want to create this product for the competition. Can you guys tell us a little
So
bit
what
about
we
that?
started with was the sirloin steak burrito as well. We wanted to do some breakfast with it. It's because breakfast food with steak. I mean, you see steak and eggs, something like that. I wanted to do a concept with that, but then change it up a bit. So that's why we added the gravy. Then the potato lays, since that's what Taco John's is known for. That's what we added for those.
Yeah, since we had to pick off of the menu, they already had a steak and potato burrito. It was just steak. I think it was just steak with potato lays and then cheese.
Yeah.
I was like, well, wait, throw some gravy in there, a little bit of eggs, and you have a really good breakfast burrito now.
What about like pico de gallo?
I really don't think we tried. We
tried-
didn't try much of that. I was kind of afraid, doing something like that with the gravy and then kind of getting too much. We were already starting to get a little full as it was with the peppers and onions, with the steak and the
Yes.
eggs. I was kind of afraid of doing too much and it just kind of being too much all at once.
Mm-hmm. What about salsa?
Maybe on the side,
Yeah,
we
maybe
thought since
dipping
they have
salsa.
multiple different salsa
House
options,
salsas you could
you
do.
could maybe try something like that on the side.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's really good.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's very moist, very well balanced, I would say,
Thank you.
as far as the different components that you have in it. So
And
I
very well
agree.
seasoned too.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Who led the way on this one?
I mean,
We've
both
cooked
kind
together
of-
for 2 years, so
Yeah.
we've both kind of worked together, and we both just
Yeah.
kind of did our own thing. And when we cook during class, we cook together. We have baking together too, so
Yeah,
we do
it's
that
just
together. So
always together.
we're used to being with each
Best
other.
bros.
So yeah, it's just kind of like we really didn't. We knew what we were both good at, and we just kind of took off and we did it.
I know
really
we
didn't have-
definitely noticed the teamwork between you two is really good because you talk a lot, right? Communication
play
is
hockey
super
together.
Yeah, we
too,
play hockey
so-
together
We
and
play
football
hockey
together.
together,
We're together a lot.
Watch movies
So,
together.
yeah,
Get down,
yeah.
yeah, for sure.
What
Yeah.
are all the ingredients in here? Because it seems like there is a lot of different.
So what we did,
elements.
we started with the eggs, and I added heavy whipping cream to them to make them fluffy. So I added heavy whipping cream to the eggs, scrambled those, topped it with cheese.
And then we did the sirloin steak sautéed with peppers and onions, and then a little bit of minced garlic in there, and then
The gravy, just
the-
flour, butter, and
Yep.
milk.
And then
salt,
potato
pepper.
lays.
Very nice, gentlemen.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Very nice.
Pretty good.
Well executed.
Thank you, sir.
Good job.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Salsa.
No, you're not going to be.
Awesome. So where are you guys from?
Riverton, Wyoming.
Riverton. Okay. And can you tell us what inspired this meal?
He came up with the base idea.
Okay.
I came up with the base idea of
Yeah.
taking the
And
shell that will be in the center
Okay.
of it, filling it with your sirloin steak and beans and some shredded cheese, and then deep frying it to put it into another burrito.
Okay.
Fill it with your
vegetables.
Sirloin crunch supreme. All right. And so what? Why? What was it that was like, man, I would love to have a crispy taco within a taco or a burrito?
just the American way, I guess, of deep frying everything.
Yeah. Okay. Have you guys tasted this already?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, it's pretty good.
Nice.
And what inspired you to make this? What was the?
What was the?
Well,
Like-
like our guideline to make it was the challenge you guys gave us to use sirloin steak in a burrito,
Mm-hmm.
and we obviously thought, well, you guys already have a sirloin steak burrito, but do you have a deep fried sirloin steak burrito? So that was kind of our base premise.
Did you make any changes to
Uh,
your recipe as you went along?
Yeah, a bit. Originally, we didn't have jalapenos in it,
Mhm.
but we as a mix-up, we accidentally put jalapenos in one time, and and we instead of green bell peppers, we had jalapenos, but it tastes way better with both, so we kept both in it.
Yeah, and then we had to make changes in the amount of jalapenos we put in, because at first we had multiple tests throughout the school, other students and
Mhm.
teachers,
And they said it was like there's way too strong with the jalapenos.
so we had to kind of balance it out between the other vegetables.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Did you gut the seeds out of the jalapenos?
Yeah.
No. Did that help with how strong
Yeah.
it was? I was gonna say because I just had a bite of the jalapeno. It tasted really good with it, but it wasn't overbearing.
Yeah, that's. I made sure to just de-seed them.
Uh huh.
I like the fact that you have a mixture of taste here. You have more crunchy elements and then softer elements together. Why did you make that decision?
Is because it tasted good and
Yeah, good choice.
tasted good for one. And it was like, you know what, it needs to be more balanced than overly crunchy or overly soft. So we decided to have balance in between. With those.
From the outside, it makes it look like it's more of like a soft burrito, and I guess that's also why we kind of had the deep fried portion in it to give that like little surprise crunch that you wouldn't normally expect.
And you guys added a bean element to it?
Yeah, in the deep fried part, we put refried beans in it, then put the steak and the shredded cheese and deep fried it.
Okay, and how'd you guys go about making the refried beans?
It was like, the steak couldn't just go in there like you do. What would be good to go in the middle with the steak? And I was like, we should, and me and him were, let's just do refried beans because refried beans is pretty good on the burritos, and especially with the steak, it would go good.
Okay. I think it's a good added element to the burrito.
And again, you did refried beans and steak inside the deep fried burrito. And then on the outside, you did sour cream, cheese, and then the vegetables.
Yes.
Did you think about adding ranch to this at all?
We have not, but
That would be
Or
good.
like any type of like zesty type taste to it? I just put the hot sauce on it, and I wasn't too like sold on that. So I thought like a ranch or
yeah, I didn't think of that, but that does sound good on it.
okay.
I think the sour cream brings a lot of those.
Yeah, I like the sour cream.
Mm-hmm.
It balances everything.
To bring some of those, tangy, acidic notes. Maybe.
And the peppers in it really help. I think also provide that kind of West Mex.
In the future, do you want to be chefs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty fun.
So what do you guys enjoy most about cooking?
The actual cooking, working with food part
I enjoy
is mainly the experience for me.
kind of, I guess, pleasure output you can bring to other people with the food you make for them.
Do you like being like under pressure and stuff like that, like on a time,
Yeah, I thought the whole time aspect of being time to make this for you guys was like
It was
kinda-
pretty exciting,
Yeah, it added a little thrill to the whole.
You did a good job of staying calm, and I was asking you a million questions, and still you're answering my questions, staying calm, staying focused. So that was great.
Yeah.
Just trying to think. Oh, who led the way on this? Who was the big mouse?
In the beginning it was him, then me, then him, then now it's just equal.
Do you feel like the communication was equal between the two of you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay, good.
And have you guys been cooking together for a while?
We got baking and pastry with each other last year, and we were in the same group last year. And then we got culinary again with each other. Yeah,
Best bros.
pretty fun, good friends.
It's a theme here.
Nice.
Well, it's really good, guys. I really think that the center, the deep fried beans, right? And steak too in there.
Yeah,
Right?
steak.
That was like a level of crunchy that you're like not expecting right away. It's so perfect.
Did you guys cook the steak before putting it inside the burrito
Yeah.
before you deep fry it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I sauteed the steak before we put it in the middle burrito to deep fry.
Got it.
Good.
Some concept.
Well, good job, guys.
Thank you.
Good job.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So tell us about your burrito.
The chili cheese fried burrito, and it's got french fries and chili beans and nacho cheese and
So-
another layer of beans in
French fries. What else?
We got Olays in there instead of French fries.
Oh, Olays. Okay.
And who came up with the concept?
Was one of my other partners that he couldn't make it today.
Oh, okay.
Kind of just popped into his head and we like
Just ran with
potatoes and we like cheese, so we put it together. And it
That's
tastes
bonanza.
pretty good.
So tell us a little bit about your process. How do you guys go about this is a good item for the competition? What was the thought behind it, and how do you guys think that it was a good item for Taco John's?
Well, we kind of started off, and there was other kids in the class too, and they had really good ideas, and we weren't really thinking, oh, we should do this because we're gonna win. It's our 4th year around, and we've just been making it and never ever got picked, so it's kind of a surprise that we actually won. We were kind of just making something because we were hungry and we wanted to eat something.
This might be the 150th taco or burrito I've ever had in my life, but it is really good. The taste is it's zings in your mouth. Give it a try. Tell me you don't feel the same.
Yes, I feel the zinging.
Yes. So who led the charge? I know you said your friend that isn't here right now kind of came up with the idea, but in the kitchen, who was the leader?
Kind of me.
You? Okay. Do you
Yeah.
feel like the communication was pretty equal between the
Yeah.
both of you?
I went down and saw you, and I felt like both of you were working well together. Even though you were the leader, you were definitely pitching in. Is this something that you want to do in the future? Do you want to be a chef?
No.
No.
You just like to
Side
cook?
gig.
Yeah.
Sure, because it's really good.
Helps
Just
with
something
the
to
future.
just something to impress your friends with.
So that when I get married someday, my husband can come home and he's not like, oh, another one?
Oh my gosh, I love that.
Nice. Wow.
What do you think is the key ingredient for this burrito? What do you think is that makes it special?
The mixture of the chili and the steak, it goes really well together. You can't have chili without meat in it.
Did you think about cheese at all in it?
Yeah, we put the
Like
cheese.
nacho cheese?
Mhm.
Is it in there? I'm just not getting it yet?
It's down farther.
Okay. Sour cream?
We didn't put sour cream in it because it's kind of a lot of wet ingredients, and we didn't really
Mhm.
want it to be messy. Some people like to eat it
And
in
to get
color,
all
so it's
soggy
good.
and just a lot
This
of
is why I don't
moisture.
cook. See? See? Good on you guys for thinking about that.
Yeah, we're good eaters, but we don't cook. These two do.
What about hot sauce?
We had a salsa, but since it was already kind of drippy, we were like, you know how you...
Same kind of concept with
Yeah.
the sour cream? Okay.
And then you can ask for hot sauce if you really...
You sure can.
Yeah, you can. See?
That's
So what's the name of your burrito?
It's the chili out.
Chili you out burrito.
I thought it was great that you guys used those beans. It makes it a little bit different because it has more flavor. To your point, it just brings some of those spices from the actual steak out, and you can taste it a little bit more. So it was pretty good. I mean, you guys have also a combination of different textures. I mean, the potato layers plus you have refried beans, so it's that creamy texture, but you also have the whole bean. So I thought that was pretty good to use a combination of both.
Yeah, it's definitely different as far as texture wise to use 2 types of beans. So that was very innovative,
Mm-hmm.
I would say. Yeah.
Can never have too many beans.
That's right. That's right. Good job.
Thank you.
Yep. Okay, this is Green River.
Yeah, we'll go to this table. There you are. Go ahead.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sure. You're welcome. Oh, do you want me to just move the chair?
So
You got
what
the
did you guys
prettiest
bring?
one, I think. What?
What is this?
Oh, it's
Yeah.
So we made a quesadilla burrito, basically. So, we 2 tortillas, cheese in the middle, and then sirloin steak with taco meat, our own little seasoning, which we have the recipe for right here.
I'll take a look at that.
Okay.
Just kidding.
Oh, I mean, like, I don't know.
Yeah, can you tell us?
Okay, I'll tell you. So we have
We have chili pepper, cumin, garlic powder, salt, and black pepper for the seasoning.
mhm. And then like specifics, like 1/2 teaspoon plus another half. No, not 1/2 teaspoon. It's 2 1/4 of. No, chili pepper. It's 1/2. No. Do we have to read that? I'm sorry.
No, you're good. Don't worry about it.
Ingredients was perfect.
It's a fart
Thank
Finnegan.
Okay. All right.
So why'd you guys use a double tortilla? And I see like you guys toasted the outside. So what was
Mhm.
that?
This is
good.
Kinda
We
set
wanted-
behind that.
We wanted something crispy and crunchy, but like something with a lot of meat in it. So that's what we kind of did. Is we made it with that. My burrito wrapping skills aren't very good. So.
No, it's
I
super
like
good.
it. Oh my god.
And cause like when we made it, we realized that it didn't have enough crunch, and that added just the right amount crunch to the burrito itself. So
And you
that's,
double wrapped it to keep everything inside.
yeah, to keep everything inside. So,
Very nice.
cause it's a hefty burrito.
Where did the inspiration come?
We kind of just wanted to make something, and we were talking, and really no inspiration. We were just like, hey, that sounds really good. Why not we make that? You know?
It's overrated.
Yeah.
What I did notice though in the kitchen, I want to point out. So you were saying you wanted to do something with them. You said I wanted to put a dash in there, and you were so welcoming to the idea.
Mhm.
And I think when you're in the kitchen and when you're creating something like that, to have that openness of communication where you are inviting new ideas
Yep.
is really good. Some people close ideas off because they don't think it's going to work, but
Mhm.
you were totally open to it.
Yeah, and like just like another thing to add, the seasoning of the burrito, we made that on the spot.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we made that on the spot. Like we were just like, oh, this might sound good. Let's put that together.
Yeah.
I mean, we had one of the chefs. I can't remember his name, but he helped us with that a lot. So he's like, oh yeah, this is what you would typically put in that, and we're like, okay, let's put those together and kind of add a little something else to it.
Yeah,
so.
man.
What was your process, or how do you go about like, okay, this is gonna be the product that we're gonna enter the contest, and this is actually good for Taco John's?
I thought, cause like I've had some Taco John's stuff, I think it's pretty good. And I was all like, let's add something like that I haven't heard of on Taco John's menu. Something that will like kind of bring more people to go there and eat it at Taco John's and stuff like that. And we thought that was pretty unique to create a burrito that was also a quesadilla as well.
So what is the most unique part of this burrito? What do you think that is like, that's what makes it?
I would say it's the steak, honestly, because like when we made it, we didn't like have like the signature Taco John's steak. So when we added the steak and we tasted it, I thought it made it way better. And also with the quesadilla and the cheese, it's quality.
Yeah, I have to agree with you. It's really meaty,
Mhm.
and the cheese element really, finishes the burrito up.
Mhm.
It eats really well for me. It does. Very nice, guys.
What about some guacamole?
Guacamole, that could be an option actually. I was kind of thinking about that, but I was kind of worried because we didn't want to like have too much on it.
So like you said, it is cheesy for sure.
Yeah.
There's sour cream, cheese, and the whole thing is a quesadilla. But I would love some pepper, like some.
Mhm.
I always say pico de gallo.
Yeah.
Just something to give it just another form of spice to it.
Yeah.
I don't think the hot sauce was quite. I tried the hot sauce with it, but I think the pico or peppers or
Mhm.
something would have really been like a really good zest or kick to it.
Mhm.
Fart Vernugan.
So I noticed that you guys use 2 different types of cheese. Will you be able to explain a little bit about that?
So we did Colby Jack originally because we just thought cheddar was a little overpowering, and then like kind of last minute we decided to add the cheddar in because originally it was Colby Jack in our original recipe, but today we decided to add the cheddar in because most of it is all Colby Jack cheese. So
Mhm.
And again, you'll have the Colby on the outside as part of the quesadilla, but
Yeah.
then the cheddar
Mhm.
inside of the burrito.
Yep.
How would you market this?
I was kind of thinking like it would be marketed towards people who really like that big, thick burrito. So that's like super meaty and there could be other forms of it as well, like maybe a spicier version, maybe one with guac. But like the base burrito is what you guys are eating right now. And I was just thinking like the big burritos, because there's lots of people who love the big ones, and I mean I think it would be like a good lunch meal, or maybe even like a dinner food too. And you only need one because those are filling.
Definitely.
It's really good, you guys.
It is.
Creativity.
Yeah,
on this.
great job.
I think
Thank
so.
you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
While we're counting numbers, you can entertain.
That's right.
This is Guernsey.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Where would you like me to sit down?
So you're right up front.
Oh Lord. See,
You're on the seat of honor.
so,
Whammy!
please let us know what do we have in front of us.
Oh, it's just chili lime steak fajitas.
And what are some other components?
It's red, green, and yellow bell peppers, onions, garlic, or not garlic, I'm sorry, crushed, or is it? Oh, I don't know. I completely just blanked on that one. Yeah, crushed garlic cloves. Put a few of those in there, and then lime juice, cilantro, and olive oil.
Where did the inspiration come from?
You want to go ahead and say this one? Give you a chance to speak. Yeah, well, we were.
It came from the internet.
From what?
From the internet.
Yeah. Why did you search this one thing? What were you looking for? What were you trying to come up with?
I had searched it up. I was trying to think of something that'd be pretty easy to make and something that could be.
Scrumptious.
Yeah, too. It just kind of something that sounded good to me,
Yeah.
and she liked it too when I asked her about it.
Word. Okay.
So, when you guys were thinking about, hey, this might be a good item for Taco John's, what were you guys looking for? What was your process to be like, okay, we're gonna put it together, we tested it, this is it?
It's a good question.
Kind of catawampus, yeah.
Yeah, honestly, I don't even know. Huh. I can't say I really thought of anything.
I noticed that you two were working well together in terms of the fact that if one of you is asking the other a question, you were really patient with each other. What has that process been like?
It's been pretty easy. I think we're both fairly chill when it comes to that.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Were you guys pretty open to new ideas in the kitchen? Yeah. Did it ever change drastically from what it is now?
A little bit.
Yeah. How so?
Yeah. Well, we definitely added more meat, so that kind of threw off the
Good Wyoming choice.
marinade per se. It wasn't really a marinade, but we had to make more of it and kind of had to balance it out a little bit more.
It's a pretty citric marinade.
Mm-hmm.
Can you explain a little bit what's in it?
Yeah.
I mean, it's really good.
Mhm.
I just
Um,
notice it different.
That would be the lime juice that you're definitely tasting, and the lime juice, the olive oil, the cilantro. What did we put in? Brown sugar. We put cumin in it, and cilantro. What else went in it? How did I forget this? I couldn't remember everything. Yeah.
So, guys, I noticed that you didn't put any cheese or any cheese sauce. Is there a reason why you kind of kept it without cheese?
Yeah, we were thinking about it, but she was mainly saying that it wouldn't really taste good. We didn't really test it, but we were kind of going off of what really sounded good.
Okay, more of a fajita type.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
Gotcha.
sir.
Alright, makes sense.
Same with salsa too. I noticed you brought sour cream. So did you try it with sour cream before this?
We forgot to put sour cream on
Yeah. We put it on the picture, and we tried it with that, and it tasted pretty good.
Yeah.
And I don't know what happened, but we just blanked on it.
Yeah.
So.
Absolutely. And then hot sauce, you were like.
Yeah. If you want to, we could have, but.
Yeah. Okay.
So from a flavor standpoint, I think it has really good flavor. I really like that marinated piece. You know, it's citric with the sweetness of the peppers. It goes very well and it complements very well. And then you have some good textures in there. I mean, you have that meat, chewiness, and then the softness of the pepper. So it's pretty good.
Good job, guys.
Thank you.
All right. Well, first of all, again, congratulations. Again, you guys were 6 of 72 teams. And what I always try to do is encourage you all to keep competing, because you'll be competing one way, shape, or form throughout your lives. So if you get this one, great. If you don't get this one, don't stop. Just keep going, keep trying, get you out in front of people, kind of opens you up. That's all things that you're going to find necessary to be in life, unless you want to be like my son wants to be and go up in the mountains and be an artist for the rest of his life. So that means I'll be supporting him for the rest of his life. But if you really want to get out in front of people and stuff. Doing things like this, I really respect it. I've done culinary competitions, and they're the most nerve-wracking things I've ever done, and at the end I want to do another one. So I'm ready to do another one right away. So hopefully you guys have some of that feeling, and you try it again. Try it again, even if you didn't get it today. Try it again, even if you did get it today. Just keep doing it. So we have scholarship money, and we have nice medallions for the top 2 teams. And so I can only, where's O?
Right here.
Why don't you help with those? Because I only can do.
Okay, got it.
I'm not Reed. I'm not magic here. Okay. In second place, the team from Glen Rock. And what I failed to say, I mean, the scores were really, really close. The guys seem to be really, really close in this, which makes it even harder. And we did check and double check. We brought in the accounting firm of Hungadong, double check for us to make sure, which means that's Carl and Bob, but we did the numbers a few times. So, first place in this year's Taco John's Culinary Competition, Green River. Well, again, we thank you all very, very much. This is a great, fun day for us. Hopefully you guys have some fun, amongst some nerves and some pressure. And again, as I said, keep competing, keep trying. We hope we see you back here again next year. Thank you very much.
Watch the 6, okay? This is how it works. I'm gonna do it really slow. If I take the 6, I place it in the middle like so. I'll take half the pack of cards and I'll flame out like
But it
that,
had to
okay?
be somewhere where you hold it. Okay.
Right, so now it's in, right? So I'm not
Right.
holding it, right?
Right.
With any part of my finger. It's already gone though.
Right.
Go ahead and take that top card. Show the audience.
Oh my goodness.
I'm telling you, that's yeah, oh, I'm sorry. I sometimes I just start showing off and it doesn't. I'll tell you what, we'll do this, okay? I'm gonna try to chew through the cards. That's not it?
No.
That's not it.
No. You guys agree, right? He's like, Great, he's gonna choke.
Somebody in their last meal snuck a playing card in their burrito.
They were trying to, instead of money, they put a card.
Sorry.
Give her 6 of spades.
That's it.
Give her a round of applause. Decided, so come on up here, look at boss, because you have a mustache. Come on. Go ahead and stand right here for me. Perfect, just like that. Actually, go ahead and stand a little bit further back. Your hockey players, you smell. Here's what we're gonna do, okay? Just say stop anywhere you'd like, okay? Anywhere. Right there?
Yep.
Perfect. So we're gonna take a look at the first card you said stop at, okay? So whatever the first card is, we go with the brothers. So ace of spades is pretty good, right? So we'll take the ace of spades, hold out your hand like so, put your other hand on top like a cage, perfect, just like that, and stay just like that, okay? Now we're gonna find the brother to the ace of spades. It's about 30 cards down. I'll give it 1, 2 cuts. You'll see this is the ace of clubs. Again, we'll go inside your hand. Perfect. Hold on to those, okay? Just take a few steps back. And so if I really wanted to win, if they were like, we want you to get the cards the way you would like, and here's how I would do it. I would search for the ace of diamonds and the ace of hearts. And the ace of diamonds is roughly 13 cards down, and the ace of hearts is roughly 23. Because if I take them and I throw them like this, you see I catch 2 cards in this hand. If that's diamonds and this is hearts, it's pretty good, right? I said, but if it's spades and clubs, it's even better. Because look inside your hand.